What's up, stream? Hold on, wait a second. We got music. We got the intro music. You know what I mean? I hope the intro music's playing. I actually didn't test this out. I'm talking over it, unlike normal. Welcome to the Heat Beat post-game show live from twitch.tv/MIA Heat Beat. Hear that music going. Brian has the dog. We got Brass Jazz, professional Photoshopper and anime lover.
What's up, buddy?
We have our producer and co-founder, Brian Goins. We have our statistician and pun master, Mr. Nikias Duncan.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the Miami Heat Beat post-game show. We're live for the first time. This has been a project of ours for the last, I don't know, 2 months. We've been working on this. We've been trying to get this stream going. This has been a labor of love from myself, from Brian Goins, from everyone on Heatbeat that has done relentless stream tests and audio tests and everything. From Brian M, our stream guy, from everybody in the Discord that has been helped. Thank you so much for making this happen, and welcome to the first ever Miami Heat Beats post-game show. Brian, I can't believe what the fuck just happened. I mean, these people play the shittiest first quarter I've ever seen them play. Then they play this third quarter where they totally look like the team that kicked Milwaukee's ass up and down the court. And then we have a classic third quarter, which I think they scored fewer. Guys, did they score fewer points in the third quarter than they did the first quarter?
They did.
Yes.
It was like a 60-point second quarter. It was awful. I hated it. And then they come through. They absolutely have the guts. I was spineless. Bam with the block. Jimmy with the and one. The refs cheated and gave Marcus Smart's grifting ass that foul. Brian, we have done Heat Beat since the Big Three, and it's been a long time since we covered a team that's played in a game that this big and that they fucking won.
It's funny because our first Heat Beat episode was that game winner by LeBron.
Yes.
Game 2 in the Eastern Conference Finals back then against the Pacers in 2013, their second championship.
Yep.
So it's kind of funny how this is now kind of circling back all over. That Jimmy 3, let's start with the Hero 3 that brought it down to 3. Or was it 2 points after Hero made that? It was 3. Bro, that Hero 3, how the fuck do you even get that shot off?
Guts.
Guts, culture, all of the above. I think tactically, Nikias, actually, I kind of want to get into some of the X's and O's before we get into the culture stuff, because we already kind of opened with the culture stuff. The Heat, in the first quarter, they were switching off-ball stuff. That's not something they've done all year. And they were switching stuff off-ball, and I think a couple guys got confused. They were losing guys. I think that's kind of a tough ask when that's not really something you've worked on all year.
Yeah, it was definitely different, and what really made it tough for Miami was that since they were switching everything, Boston kind of immediately went into hunter mode. They kind of dictated terms there, got some favorable switches up top, then attacked from there. Miami did adjust pretty quickly, started putting 2 to the ball on Kemba, started mixing in that zone that helped them get back into the game after the slow start in the first quarter. And that kind of carried throughout the rest of the game. They continuously put 2 to the ball on Kemba, kind of trusted their rotations behind it. There were some misses there, but I do think that's probably going to be the formula that they stick with.
I really liked it, especially late. Like I think that's been the biggest difference maker for them. The zone too. I mean, the zone was outstanding. Listen, we had Dave Dufour on last episode. Dave made it seem doom and gloom. He made it seem like Daniel Tice, Hall of Famer, was going to score every basket, that Bam was not going to do anything, and that was absolutely not the case. I think
Daniel Tice like a good 3-point shooter. I don't even think he got a 3 off.
I think he got 1 3. Was it 1 3 that Daniel Tice got off? I believe. Chat, help me out here. How many threes did Daniel Tice get off? Dave had no belief in the culture. You are right, AC3R6. He had no guts, no culture. Dave Dufour is a Boston Boomer. Is that Boston Boomer? That'd be funny. Homer. Homer, okay.
I will give Tyson some credit. He's good at
No, we won't. No, we won't. Yeah, we will not. This is a Tice credit-free show. We give Tice no credit.
Vinehite said he shot 0 threes.
I think he shot one, and I think he made it. And when he made the first one, I was like, oh, great.
Chat's all saying 0, so
Okay, Dave's all saying 0. I was like, God, Dave Dufour's gonna have fun with this one. Fouled out, nothing. I looked at the box score, and I think Jimmy shot 50%. Like, I think he was like 7 for 14 or something. It felt worse than that. He hit the biggest shots of the game, but like they were trying to work that high pick and roll, forcing Kemba on switches. And I think it worked, but it looked a lot harder than it should have, Nikias. They really worked for every single bucket. Like, they were really working the switches as well as I could have hoped from a veteran team, but it still looked tough. Like, it was a grinded out game.
It was. I'm pretty sure that everyone slander Marcus Smart a little bit later. But before we get to the slander, like, he had himself one heck of a game on both ends of the floor. And as you were talking about Miami trying to hunt out those switches, Marcus Smart deserves a lot of credit for not allowing the Heat to get into the switches that they wanted to get to. Especially late in game, they kept trying to hunt out Kemba Walker on those inverted pick and rolls with Jimmy up top, and Marcus Smart would call for the switch before they could even get Kemba out there to get Jimmy. For Jimmy to attack him in those actions. So a lot of the pre-switching slowed Miami down, and they were already kind of grinding possessions down because of Boston switching everything elsewhere. So it was just tough for Miami to really get flow. So it's really a credit to them. They were able to execute anyway.
I'm really happy with how the switching has evolved, Nikias, because like if we look at the team as soon as they traded, and we've kind of documented how it's worked out, it was really dicey in the beginning. I mean, they would try to show Goran before the switch, and then Jay's a little late. I mean, Jay got switched on to Kemba Walker at the end of that game, stayed in front of him the entire time, didn't give that pull-up up, didn't do anything. And I don't think you can ask more of the guy. I mean, that's like for him and Andre too, because in that second quarter when they were treading water, Andre was plus 11 in like 10 minutes, and they needed every single one of his minutes in that second quarter. And it felt like a very "this is why they brought me here" type game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I know we joke a lot about the trade, but I mean, like, can you get these veterans and a guy like Kelly as well? Like, when you have these vets that can really calm your offense and your defense, I think it goes a long way. But Brass, I really want to talk about the end of that game. We get Bam on the block. We get Bam on the block at the summit on Jason Tatum. Jason got to the rim, and Bam met. I mean, that's like somebody called Bam a quote unquote above average player. I don't know who the fuck that was. Joe Goodman, shout out to Joe Goodman, tweeted out Bam.
Oh no, he was
average.
A wash.
He was a wash.
One scout. One anonymous
scout said he was a wash.
I think The Athletic or something. I don't know who.
Somebody else said he was above average, and then Dave Dufour, the home. Listen, I give Dave a lot of shit. Dave's a good guy.
You didn't give him that shit on the last pod.
I didn't give. I listen. I wasn't good enough. Yeah. I
wasn't there.
Yeah, Brian's been giving me so much shit for that appearance. What am I supposed to do? I didn't know.
Better host.
He was wrong. The culture was right.
Am I wrong? Yes or no?
I mean, you had two ultra Celtics dudes on your preview pod for the Heat Celtics series. I mean, you just got to go with you need some more culture-y guests, man.
Chat, just to let you know, I told G I was gonna get Coach Tony on that preview pod, and G told me no.
I wanted Dave.
I like Dave too, but I did part of that pod. I got the vibe from him, like it just felt like he really wasn't watching the Heat much. And now I'm saying that as a guy who basically only watches the Heat, admittedly. But I don't care. I don't get paid to do this shit. So but for him, I don't know. I just felt like, Tice is gonna be, this Bam stopper, and I'm like, and Bam, there were moments tonight where, he was getting beat on some shit. I'm like, yeah, but still, you could, in the end, man, Jesus, that block. I mean, he was just unbelievable in the end there. There were so many moments to this game where it felt like it was slipping away.
When was the last time you felt that alive?
Oh my God. Well, no. Well, I have to preface this. I have plenty of guts. I have all the guts that I can be expected to have. That being said, I still felt like I was going to throw up the last hour of the game. So yeah, so when that block happened, man, I'm still reeling. I'm still reeling.
You
Well,
gotta keep those guts in your system, Grass. You can't throw them up. You gotta keep the guts in your system.
Absolutely.
Something we're pretty excited for here on this stream, and I hope you guys are ready for this. You know, Nikias had compiled some of the clips that he wants to show us and kind of talk about. So, Nikias, do you think you're ready to kind of break down some of the biggest plays of the game?
Sure, let's go for it.
All right, then. We are, let's see if this works. Let's see if I hit transition. Does it work? Oh, look at that. We're in, baby. We're in. All right, Nikias, we're hitting play on the play. What do we got here?
All right, coming big play in the overtime. Miami goes to some flex action here if you want to pause it there. What makes that tough is that Boston already wants to switch. And there are some, trying to switch from that angle is tough. If you get Jimmy downhill against Kemba Walker by himself, that's going to be an easy post-up opportunity. You have to send help elsewhere. That's going to open up some catch-and-shoot three opportunities. As you there, they both want Jimmy to kind of take away that cut because they know that's the first read for Bam, and that leaves Jay Crowder wide open. You can roll it.
Look at that. Line drive, baby.
Slide drive.
All right, here we got the next play. Tell me when you're ready.
Oh, and this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. You can go ahead and roll it. Talking about earlier with Jimmy trying to hunt out that Kemba switch and pick and roll. Here's Marcus Smart off ball calling for it, switches out to Jay Crowder, and from there Jimmy just goes. Does a great job of powering through Jason Tatum at the rim. I have no idea how he made this shot, but yeah, absorbs the contact, draws the foul, gets the bucket to go, and then that's your game winner for Miami. But again, you kind of see the off ball value of Marcus Smart there, making sure that Kemba isn't in the action, but it just kind of didn't matter. And you can roll this one as well. This is from earlier in the game, talking about how Miami wanted to send two to the ball. On Kemba actions, you see Bam jump out there. Tyler Hero comes back. You can pause it right here. Once you're sending the two to the ball, you're putting a lot of strain on your back line rotations. Goran Dragic is supposed to split the difference here between Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown. A game plan thing that they're probably going to look at on film is that when they're in those situations between the Marcus Smart and the Jaylen Brown or somebody else in the corner, you want to stick to Jaylen Brown, stick to the better three-point shooter. Technically, Goran plays this okay, but you want to leave Marcus Smart open there, even though he had a hot shooting night. You can't give Jaylen Brown the kind of look you got there. And I think Miami got a little bit better on choosing who to help off of in those scramble situations later on in the game. But that's just going to be something they're going to be trying to tighten up moving forward.
Shout out to Real James. Real James on the Twitch chat called you, Nikias, the best NBA writer.
This is very high praise. I'm not sure if I can accept that honor, but I appreciate it anyway.
Nikias is the best NBA writer.
He also says you the game. Wait, the way Nikias sees the game is so darn phenomenal. I'm excited for this to be a recurring thing. At least I hope it is.
I mean,
yo, how smooth was that, chat? You know how long that took me, chat? You know how many hours Nikias and I and Brian M spent on that? That's been my life's work for 2 months. That got me through COVID.
Weller underscore 13 says, watch basketball every day, and I will never be able to pick it apart like that.
I wish you knew how many windows I have open right now to make that happen. You have no idea.
You were so up there, Nikias, on like, you're just watching the game and understanding it. You're like right under Rothstein.
Under Rothstein, not over Rothstein. You're under Rothstein. We need Twitter. Tweet us at MIAHeapy. You got to send Nikias like a stop the film catchphrase. Nikias needs like a stop right there catchphrase.
We need to get you a dual monitor somehow.
Who, me or Nikias? Because I need one too.
All of you guys.
I don't have space. I bought an iMac and I have no space. Like that's the only reason this is happening because I have a computer with enough RAM.
Maybe if we do like a super chat one day, maybe we do it.
You just
raise enough money to get you all double screens.
I just need a new desk. I have another screen. I just need a bigger desk. Man, guys, I'm gonna harp on this for a while. I have not felt this alive watching basketball since the 2018 finals when the Raptors. I'm just kidding. No, I mean this is the biggest game that they've played since LeBron James was in a Heat uniform. This is the biggest game that they've played since Game 4 of the 2014 NBA Finals. I mean, what this game was, it put them in the driver's seat. They have not trailed in a series yet all playoffs, and they've played an Indiana team that was a higher seed than them, albeit kind of weirdly higher seed, a number 1 overall seeded Milwaukee Bucks team, and this team. And I think all the stuff that Spoelstra has done through these playoffs, especially this game, beating a coach of the year that is a fatally flawed one. And then, in the first quarter, it looked kind of weird, but you can kind of see what their game plan was. And I think for as much shit as we've given the Heat defense all year, that was magnificent, outstanding. Those guys are flying around rotation. So something the Heat like to do is they'll really load up on the ball, and that's why they give those kind of corner threes. The Heat give up some of the most corner threes. That number has gone significantly down in the playoffs, and if you think that's a credit and a testament to how quickly the guys fly around the court. I mean, you saw it in that play that Nakai said. You know, they're really loading up on the ball, and those cross-court passes, they're really tough. But, I mean, you're forcing a team to do that and really contain Kemba, even though I'm worried about him. You saw late game, they went to him a lot. As bad as they played for 2 quarters, they played their 2 worst quarters of the postseason, and they won a game in overtime against a team that everyone favored.
And they played way more Kendrick Nunn than we expected.
Yo, wait, too much Kendrick and too much Derek. I am out on this Kemba and Derek stuff. Like, I love Derek. I think Derek is a hardworking guy. The guys, I'm done with Derek. I love him, but it's nut cutting time. Like, let's be done with Derek.
Like, he's very much a situational player, and that was one of the things that surprised me late in game, that Spo actually went to the all defense lineup to close out games, because a lot of the times in those situations it's like 3 of the good defensive wings, Bam at 5, and then it's Goran Dragic, and it's just like I feel like you can sub him in later if you want to do that, but this time Spo didn't take any chances. You saw all of the wings. Derrick Jones Jr. got a questionable foul call on him, to say the least. Trying to guard some screening action off ball that Marcus Smart helped draw the foul. Tried to tie the game up at the end of the 4th. But other than that, I mean, strong contest on the Jason Tatum pull-up 3 to send the game into overtime. Held water at the end of the overtime as well. So hopefully supposed with that. I think that's going to be their best bet in situations. Like, go all, especially if you're going to switch thing anyway. Have 5 guys on the floor that you can trust that can hold up on switches.
Did today change your opinion on anything? Like, did today's game, because I know you picked the Celtics in 6 or 7. What was it?
6.
So does today change your mind?
Not really.
Come on.
Like, I mean, I don't feel good about it, but
Brass, tell him, how do you feel about your Heat and 5 pick?
I'm all for it. This is exactly how I saw it going down, guys. So,
I mean, you didn't see the overtime because the refs are clearly cheating with Marcus Smarts.
Listen, I expected the refs. There was home cooking there, obviously. There was definitely whoever says
the bubble's advantageous.
That was absolutely home cooking. The refs are, listen, man. We have to be ready. The refs are really, the NBA desperately wants Celtics Lakers, so they're gonna
Brass. Do you know? And I don't want Celtics Lakers. I want LeBron Lakers. Bring me LeBron. Hashtag we want Bama. We want LeBron. Bring him over here. You don't think Pat Riley wants that? You don't think Pat Riley's looking? You don't think Pat's looking ahead? He's like, listen, the Clippers are kind of frauds. I don't even know what the score in that game is right now. What the hell is that game? The Clippers are winning. Okay, whatever. Pat's looking at that. He's like, the Lakers are going to win. We're going to get LeBron. He's looking ahead already.
He's going to have one more ring to throw on the table for LeBron coming up.
We're like legitimately and unironically talking about a finals opponent. Like, let's think about this. Let's think about where this team was. Let's think about having to cover Dion Waiters and Hassan Whiteside and James Johnson throwing into the 9th row every single night. And we are here at the cusp of the NBA Finals, up a game against the stupid fucking Celtics and Danny Ainge's stupid fucking asset hoarding. We're here. I feel so validated as a Heat fan because the Sixers are home. They're watching from home. Joel Embiid's tweeting sad. The Celtics are down. Giannis is sad. I feel this is everything I've ever wanted.
Yet you were still leaking confidence throughout the entire game.
I was so scared the whole game. I was done.
Bro, I was like the most I made fucking dinner in that 4th quarter.
Oh my God, I was sweating. I was standing. And then the stream. Listen, you guys don't even know. We had a whole stream issue that, I messed something up and I had to redo the whole stream layout in the middle of the 3rd quarter. I mean, tell you something. Chat, you don't know how scary that was. I was freaking out. My sister comes in. She goes, what are you doing? I go, please don't talk to me. Get out of the room. And I keep looking behind at my television. And I was like, oh, God, the Celtics are on a run. It was horrible.
Honestly, that little yell that you just did right there is something that reminded me of our first Heat Beat episode or second Heat Beat episode where we had that rant towards the beginning of that second. You have to go back.
I don't even
That's-
remember anything from those episodes. That
all
was
I
like
remember
7
is that
years
you were,
ago.
you were yelling that if you saw Scarlett Johansson naked in front, you would yell, "Get her out of the way."
Oh, when when they were down against. Well, Scarlett has been since canceled.
That's true.
Yeah, for that Ghost of the Shell movie. Way to bring the show down, Brian. Always producing. Always producing. We were having a good time. You brought up old memories. You brought up awkward show moments from 7-8 years ago, whatever the hell that was.
No one go back to our nuclear war.
I don't even
3.
think are all the episodes up?
Yes.
I don't even know.
Yes, they're
Huh?
online. You can find them.
I don't even. I want to talk a little bit about Tyler Hero. Third in minutes played tonight, 40 minutes, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, almost a triple double. He shot 5 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. Absolute dog tonight. And I think something about him, the way that he gets involved with rebounding, the way that he's always active on that end, and I don't think he's the best defender, but Nikias, I think he competes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's not like him and Gorin. Like they're gonna get torched. Like I don't. If Kemba gets them in isolation, I'm not feeling good. But I know they're gonna try.
Someone just posted a stat saying Bam's the only player in history to block a game-winning or tying dunk in the final minute of a game since play-by-play has been recorded.
No way, really? Hell yeah, let's go, Bam. Let's
Mark
go,
Spears
Idris.
tweeted it. Yes, apparently it's true.
Let's go, Idris. Oh, isn't it cool to have chat? We have people like producing for. Man, Brian, our job's so much easier.
It is. And did you guys notice that I have the whole Bam block on loop? Everybody.
Yeah,
loves it, by the way.
Brian has a Bam block on loop behind him.
That's some
I
A+
think it's
producer
delightful.
right
How
there.
did you do that? Does Zoom do that?
Yeah. You can put whatever background you want. You can
put a
upload
GIF?
video.
Wow, that's
I thought
crazy.
you could upload GIFs, but you can't. But you could do video, and that's even better.
Wow, fascinating. But yeah, Tyler.
Tyler was 1 assist away from a triple double.
I thought he
That's-
got it, to be honest with you. I thought he had the 9 when he gave it the Bam pass, that little bounce pass outlet.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, unreal.
So Chad says, in the words of Coach Cal, Hero has elephant balls.
Elephant balls. Yeah. Did you hear that? Did you hear that interview with
No, I didn't.
Brendan Tobin. It was on with Brendan Tobin's show.
No, I
Yeah,
did not.
he was talking about how Coach Cal keeps calling him elephant balls even to this day through text.
I mean, have you seen the guy play?
Look,
Do you guys like the having no crowds thing other than Jason Tatum's kid who was out there, which they would not shut up about the whole thing.
You know what my mom said? My mom's like, is that kid's name Deuce? And I go, yeah. She goes, did he name his kid shit? And I go, what? She goes, that's slang for shit. I go, this guy named his kid shit. Fuck him. I was like, Jesus,
On this fucking
Mom.
pod right now, she's
oh,
great.
no.
Oh my God, my mom should be on the pod instead of me. She'd be so much better. She has so many takes.
We need to get her on.
Do you think that that in some of his comments right now, a little bit, it's not hindered because of the crowds? There's no crowds to worry about, so that a lot of rookies sort of shrink in a playoff scenario. But I mean, he's absolutely fearless right now.
Honestly, I think the lack of crowd probably makes him worse. Like, like he feeds off of that hate.
That's a good point.
But I guess first of all, before you get into any of the on-court stuff with Tyler Hero and what he did tonight, he needs to hit up Duncan Robinson, and Duncan Robinson needs to buy him dinner.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason Tyler Hero played 40 minutes tonight is because Duncan could not stay on the court at all. Like 2 quick fouls in the first couple of minutes of the first quarter. Comes back in, like gets a third foul pretty quickly. Couldn't get anything to go from the perimeter. Testament to Boston's defense. But like Duncan Robinson really, that's why we saw so much Hero. That's also why we saw Kendrick Nunn. Miami just didn't have guard beyond those guys, beyond Robinson. So hopefully he performs better than he did tonight. Some of the fouls that he did get called on him were a little bit questionable, but this isn't something that we haven't seen before from him. But beyond that, I totally agree. Like, Tyler Hero is completely fearless. The 3 he hit late in the fourth quarter, I have no idea how he made it. Not sure how he got that off. There are a few, just tough defensive rebounds to kind of end possessions while Miami was making a run. Competed on defense, probably needs to ice the ankles a little bit. Kemba got him on some step backs. I'm not sure why people let Kemba go left in those.
I don't know
situations
either.
at this point. Like it if he's going left, he's setting up the step back around the elbow. Like that's just.
But
that's
that was a
just what he's
Tyler
gonna-
thing. That wasn't so much a Goran thing. I think Goran was pretty good about that. That was and I think that's kind of just rookie not being in the league, not getting burned by Kemba enough times.
Yeah, that's scouting report stuff. Like you can't let him get that move. Like I think Kemba took that shot 3 times in between the fourth quarter and overtime already. Like you can't let him have that.
They give him too much space though. Like they're so scared of the drive, and I think naturally, and you kind of give him too much cushion. I think Doris and I think that side angle kind of shows you get that. It's a fake contest.
Mm-hmm.
You contest, but you're not really contesting the ball. The ball's already out.
Relief point is high, the shot's out. It doesn't matter at that point. You can't let Kemba get that comfortable.
Did you like the zone today?
I did. But they still ended up running into some of those issues about who to help off of when they were rotating. Because they'll get the ball swinging in the corner or whatever, overload.
They kept helping off of Kemba to go to Marcus Smart, and you mentioned that in your highlight. That's just come on, man.
Yeah, you can't do that. So I think again, that's just going to be a thing they look at through the film. I think that's a pretty tough adjustment to make on the fly, but that's just something you kind of have to have. Hey, I know in general when we go zone, these are the principles. This is how you rotate, whatever. And now, but it's playoffs, so now you have to add the extra layer. These are principles. We do this unless player X is here, player Y is here, and then you do something else. So I think if they can tighten that up, the zone becomes a little bit more effective. They're probably gonna have to close it up a little bit at the top as well. Kemba's able to penetrate and create some open looks. If they can kind of close off the middle a little bit better than they did, especially in the first half, I think they're going to be fine. That's going to be something they continue to mix in until Boston proves that they can abuse it.
And I think that helps when you have vets on the team that are kind of annoying and understanding of these roles. When you have Kendrick was a guy that struggled with that a lot, which I gotta be honest, and I hope we don't see much more Kendrick. That was rough. Not his best out. This is not his series. This is absolutely not his series. Brass, are you done with him? I'm done with him.
I mean, yeah, tonight was not good.
I've been pretty done with Nunn for a while. I thought in the Milwaukee series he had a purpose, but I don't really see it here.
I don't think necessary in this series. I mean, because he's a detriment tonight, and they still, pulled it off. So I I guess you got to give, some of these guys were stretched a little thin. I mean, still can't believe Hero played 40 minutes.
A rookie.
Good, he was playing well, but man, it's gonna be a long.
You gotta hope Duncan gets going. I'm so sick, Brass. How sick are you? I'm so sick of Marcus Smart, and it's been one game. I just had to deal with him for 7 games before, but now I really got to deal with him. It's really annoying.
It was infuriating, because they were showing the stat before the game. I guess in this, this season, if he scored, was it 25 or more, the Celtics were 8-1 or something like that. So 8-2, suck it.
How much did he score? He scored 26. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to let chat in on something.
There's a lot of talk. I just want to get one. There's a lot of talk. Kemba and Celtics people, Celtics fans, Kemba didn't have a great game, so I'm not really worried about it going forward. But I think they're going to cancel each other out. I also don't think you're going to get this Marcus Smart every game. But
that's a great point. It's gonna be reversed. You're gonna get Marcus Smart missing a ton of shit, and Kemba. I mean, Kemba's a more dangerous guy to get going because when he gets really, really going, he starts getting other guys involved, start picking you apart, and he's a guy that'll warp your defense. If Marcus is hitting a bunch of shit, whatever. Yeah. When Kemba starts doing it, then as a coach and as players, you game plan a little more. I think this is kind of funny. Brian keeps texting me to play stuff in the stream. He's just texting me videos. He's play this on the stream. Brian, how hard do you think this is easy? You don't think I pre-prepare all this stuff? You think I could just go?
Just play the damn video.
You know how hard that is?
Put it on.
Let's try. I'm gonna try. You listen. How about this? You host the show while I try to get this going. How about that?
How about having the Kais break down the play?
I need to get it ready first.
5 different languages.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get this ready.
No, let Brass host. He's always one to host. So
okay, Brass, you host. You host while I get this ready. I'm producer and host today.
All right, I'm here to call out all these fuckers on Twitter who had no guts going into this, freaking out. Alf is one of them. Although I gotta give Alf credit because every time Alf says the game is over, we end up winning. So props to him. A lot of guts, a lot of just gutlessness going out there. You know, people saying DeFore was right, and I'm not here for that, man. I'm not going to accept this. I don't think it's cool. I just don't understand where that came from. I mean, because in all seriousness, this team is so, man, it's just so gritty right now, man. Like they face so much adversity in this, and they keep surprising me. They just keep surprising me, and that's you know, speaking at the guts. I mean, I understand this is totally basic, like, fan analysis. There's nothing like Nikias is here, and he actually knows how to talk basketball.
I have 2 tweets I want to read to Nikias.
I'm ready, by the way. I'm ready.
I'll read these tweets anyway, and then I want Nikias' thoughts on them, and then I want Nikias' thoughts on the video we're about to play. First tweet: Tyler Hero came 1 assist away from tying Magic Johnson as the 2nd youngest player in NBA history to record a playoff triple-double.
So Hero was almost the first player with a left hand to be able to do that. That's very cool.
Second tweet: Jimmy Butler shot an effective field goal percentage of 64% on jump shots and 65% at the rim in the 4th quarter of games so far in the NBA playoffs, according to Synergy Basketball.
Fantastic late game performance for Jimmy Butler. If you're Boston, you kind of tip your cap if Jimmy hits those, especially that corner 3 that he hit late in the clock, late in the 4th quarter. Like, you can't really contest that much better, and kind of the shot you want him to take anyway. So he knocks those down. That's just you got to live with it. You don't want to get the rim.
All right, roll tape.
All right. Well, Nikias, are you ready? Do you have the screen share set?
I do.
All right, then. Can you see my screen?
Is this Twitter? Is this what I'm looking at?
Yes, it's Twitter. All right, we're transitioning, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, does it work? I don't see it. Twitch. That's not working. What's going on here? What happened? We're going back. Yeah, we're going back. We're going back. We're figuring this out. All right, keep hosting. Let me give this another shot.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Let me see if I can find some tweets of quotes.
No, hold on. I got this. I had it pulled up. What happened? Hold on. I have the highlight. Okay, this is my window capture. All right, this is good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna erase this window capture. We got this. Hold on, wait. Keep going though.
You expect to see more Kelly going forward, Nikias?
I think so. Got a short stint tonight. I'm more interested in seeing what Boston does with their bigs, because I mean, the Daniel Tice slander was kind of warranted based on the pregame talk that I saw online and that others saw online. But Tice was a plus 12 tonight. And it's less about him being this superstar and more about Robert Williams still learning how to play basketball and Grant Williams knowing how to play basketball with being 6'6". So I think, and you saw at the end of the game, once Daniel Tice fouled out, they brought Brad Wanamaker in and went super small instead of bringing Robert Williams in or bringing Grant Williams in. So it's going to be interesting to see if Boston plays another big. If they do continue to go to like Robert Williams or something, I think we're going to see more Kelly just because that's going to open up a lot of pick and pop opportunities. Boston's looking to drop those bigs instead of switch out like they've been doing in this start lineup. So I think there'll be more opportunities there. And just in general, Kelly just didn't play well today. It's all why Spo kind of went to the starting unit and kind of leaned on more. But yeah, I think he played more than what did he have tonight? 12 minutes, 15 minutes, somewhere in there.
Kelly 10 and a half minutes.
Yeah, like Kelly's going to be a 15, 20-minute guy, I think.
I think I figured this out. I got it. Are we ready?
Let's go for it.
Let's go. All right, we're transitioning. All right, we got Twitter open. Let's go.
Working against Butler, got down
a little loud.
Couldn't punch it. Bam says, get it out of here.
Is it in every language, Brian?
Yes. I haven't actually watched the video. So.
This isn't as entertaining as I thought it'd be.
I can't even hear that.
You can't hear it. Did you want to hear it?
No, I can hear it. I can hear it.
That's just ridiculous close to speed for the band, first and foremost.
Oh, Taco Fall. I didn't see that the first time.
We can hear it. We can hear it.
Like, waits for Tatum to leave the floor. He leaves the floor to challenge shot.
Do you want me to pause? Hold on. We can pause it.
Oh, no, you
Look
have
at
to.
that.
Like, I'm just...
Look at him. Look at him. He's there. He's in the restricted area at the summit.
Just incredibly strong wrist. I don't know how he how he sent that away. Very ambitious attempt from Tatum.
Just to the right hand dribble, drives past Butler, gets in deep, blocked at the rim by Bam Adebayo.
I can watch this forever in loop.
Towards the man, a foul was given.
Look at this production. Look at us.
You
Who would have
full
thought?
screened that out of the way. No, you can full
I'm
screen
scared.
video.
Listen, I don't want to mess with the gods of OBS. Okay, we had Tim Burke's tweet on screen. It went black before. We had some mishaps. I'm good.
They everybody on the chat got to see our Twitter, our Miami Heat Beat Twitter chat.
Oh, you saw our DMs. You saw that Scout. Hold on. I'm gonna go back so we can see what Scout with Brian's is fucking DMing us every day.
Well,
Look
they
at
saw
this.
The name of our Miami Heat Beat chat, which is a Solomon Hill fan club. So yeah.
Yep. Look at this. Scout with
That was
Brian.
me that
It's just
changed
look. He's just DMing us his little things all the time. July.
Yanni, I'm terrified right now. After what just happened to Chris Evans, I do not want to be looking at your DMs. All right.
This is Miami Heat Beat DMs.
I don't know what goes on.
That's Scout with Brian just pestering our DMs all the time. I don't know why. We never answer him. Why does he keep DMing us? Just make him. Can somebody, Nikias? Can you, Nikias? You have clout. Can you make him go away?
Not touching that one.
Have you ever spoken to Scout with Brian?
Retweet. I am not touching that one.
If you had to rank all
Brass-
Brian's, Brian M, Brian me, or Scout with
Listen,
Brian, how would you
shout out
rank?
to Brian M. He's one of the Brian M1227 in the chat. He's a mod. He's on the Discord. What a homie. He made this all possible. I'm telling you, without him, I wouldn't have even tried this. I have always said I wanted to stream. We attempted a stream a long time ago. Nothing worked. Brian M had the patience, helped me, held my hand, guided me as I navigated the world of Twitch and OBS. And the Discord is all his. That's his brainchild. By the way, check out the Miami Heat Beat Discord if you're not already there. We tweet it out all the time. There'll be a link in the description of the podcast. Oh, also, we have buttons in the About section. I don't even know what those are. Brian and Keeman, I can't speak. The other mod, she set that up. She's great. So is Brian. So check all our links down there. We're happening. And by the way, all these streams get posted to the regular podcast feed. So if you're not always hear the post-game stream, if you want to check out 5 on the Floor's post-game stream with our friend Alf954, don't worry. This is all going to be uploaded to YouTube. It's all going to be posted on the regular pod stream. So we are good, baby. We're good. We are up 1-0 against the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. Man, guys, I'm so thankful. Nikias, Christian's not here. Why did I do that? Nikias, Brass.
Say Christian again.
Christian, Nikias, Brath, both Christians, Brian, Franky, Alex, Alf, Leif, Kate, everybody that is on Heat Beat. Thank you so much, because this has been a great journey with you guys, and I'm really excited to start this next. I'm so sorry, Brass. I called you Christian.
I don't know why you have a million members of Heat Beat. Like, why do you put that pressure on yourself?
I don't know. I don't know why I keep thinking of Christian. And for chat, for those of you who don't know, I tweeted like a preview for the stream where I'm just mentioning Heat Beat members, but I panic and I say Christian twice. And now the joke is the second Christian. I think Franky G, our 2K coach in chat, made the joke that get the second Christian a host. So we'll probably be making second Christian jokes. Yeah, man. All you guys, thank you so much for coming to stream. We're going to be doing this after every game of the Eastern Conference Finals. Thank you so much to the pod listeners if you're listening via pod. And if you're listening via pod, check us out, twitch.tv/MIAHeatbeat. We had like over 100 people in here today. I did not think that would happen. Thank you so much for making our first stream so fun and engaging. And we're going to be doing this after every game. And it's going to be until the NBA Finals, until the Heat are holding the damn trophy, because this season ends with confetti and champagne.
3 more wins and we get Solomon Hill back on the pod, guys.
3 more wins and Solomon Hill comes back on the podcast. Let's go. Take care, y'all. Thank you so much for joining.